Hello folks, good evening. Vishwanath Shastry here. Today we are going to talk about a perfect sales pitch. Whether you're a retail guy, whether you're a corporate guy, or whether you're just another normal guy trying to present yourself to a few folks out there. You need to remember a couple of things before you kind of go out there and start presenting yourself. The first and foremost is basically the subject knowledge that you wish to speak about or present, or ensure you know about your client, a prospect, a person that you are meeting. That is the basic homework that you need to do. But today we are going to talk about how are you going to present yourself when you meet with them, whether in person, mostly in person. We'll talk about the phone call a bit later, but today we're going to talk about how are you going to present yourself, present your solution, present your services, present your product in a structured manner. First and foremost is always person to person. Right? So what happens here is, let's say if I were to meet somebody to present a solution to them. I'm mostly a sales guy. I've been doing that for quite some time now. I would never jump into the meeting talking about the product or the service, because they do not know me. They do not trust me. They do not know the perspective that I bring to the table. They do not know from where I am, from what I do, nothing about it. So I will never jump to a particular solution as step one. I would always present myself first. I would talk about what I am, where I am from, where did I study, and basically to put myself in a place where he starts trying to know the perspective that I'm coming from. What happens is, so let's say I'm going to start the meeting by saying I'm Vishwanath from Bangalore. I've studied in XYZ college and passed out in this year, so on and so forth. Basically a prelude to the story. Because what happens is, the people that you're going to meet, they're going to connect with the experiences that you have had in your life. Maybe the same person that you're meeting has born and bred in Bangalore, or probably has previously visited Bangalore. So they would mark a particular data point of view from the perspective of certain bit of Bangalore that he might know of, certain college people that he might know of. Suddenly they will start relating about their experiences that they've had in that location or in that college or in that year. So then they start identifying you as a person. So then they'll talk about Vishwanath from Bangalore. So there are some data points that they would start thinking to place a bit of trust in what you're going to say. So this particular story of person to person is how you're going to connect to them to establish trust. This is the most important aspect. So when I talk about Vishwanath from Bangalore, they already know, all right, this person has passed out in 2008 from this engineering college. I've been to that engineering college. Probably the students from there are good. So the reason why you need to start talking about person to person is to establish trust. What happens is, once he starts trusting you, even let's say 5%, even say 10%, then he's going to start hearing from you. He's going to listen to what you're going to say. So the second step is solution to the problem, or say service to a requirement. Right? So now that he started trusting you, he's going to listen to the solution for the problem that he may have. He's going to start looking at how you're going to provide the service for the requirement that he has, because he now understands that Vishwanath, it is, from Bangalore, has studied in this college, is coming to talk to me about a particular solution for a problem that I may have. Imagine you're going to start the meeting by saying, I have a service to provide, I have a solution to a problem that you may have. He's going to say, why should he listen to you? Right? Why should he listen to an unknown Vishwanath Shastry? Why should he listen to somebody he does not know? There are truckloads of people out in the market that he already knows. He might as well start listening to them rather than listening to you. So the first and foremost step is person to establish trust. The second step, now that he trusts you even say 5 to 10%, right, 5 to 10%, he'll start hearing to what you're going to say. So then you talk about the solution, you talk about the features of your product, you're going to talk about how you're going to differentiate yourself from the market. And please bear in mind, he's listening to you all along. He's paying attention because he knows Vishwanath Shastry from Bangalore, passed out in 2008 from this college, whom he relates to, is presenting him a particular service. And now he's going to start objectively thinking as to how his service is going to fit the solution that he wants, how your service is going to solve the problem that he is expected to solve. Now, we've come this far to kind of present our service, to present our solution. This still does not cut it, right? He knows Vishwanath Shastry now, he knows the service, but why should he buy from you? Why should he subscribe from you? Now, this is the last step that comes in, which is philosophy to philosophy. This is the main closure that you wish to do. What happens is, what I mean by philosophy is, Vishwanath Shastry from Bangalore is presenting, who's passed out in 2008, is presenting a particular solution which fits his requirement. Everything is clear. But why again you need to buy from Vishwanath Shastry is the philosophy that the organization or Vishwanath Shastry is representing to the philosophy of his particular being or his particular office. Let's say he's from an MNC, right, an American MNC or a European MNC, or just another individual who would want to start thinking about how far is this solution going to help him, how long can he trust you. Here comes the philosophy bit. What if I tell you, you know what, I've been doing this for quite some time now and we never ditch our clients. The core philosophy of our company is stay here, stay now, stay forever, probably, right? Just brought it up for the sake of example. So your company's philosophy could be longevity. Your company's philosophy could be fast and accurate. Your company's philosophy could be precise. If this reverberates with their philosophy, what if their company is wanting to go to the market fast, wanting to go to the market quick? Then there's a straight up connection with your company. So essentially, you're going to talk about yourself, you're going to talk about the services, that is, if he's going to trust you, you're going to talk about the service. Third is the philosophy to philosophy. These three steps will ensure you have a foot in the door. Now, it has to be carefully narrated storyline that you need to bring out. Some people will subscribe to your story, some people may not subscribe to your story, which is still absolutely fine. So this whole three things forms a part of a story. This is your story. This is the way that you're going to develop your story by continuously meeting new people, by continuously presenting new subjects, by continuously presenting the solution that you have on hand. Some people may buy the story, some people may not buy the story. That is still absolutely fine. But you still have a best chance of people subscribing to your story and being with you for a very long run. So if you're going to meet, say, 100 people, right? Say, depending on how craftily you're narrating your story, you can say you have a good 40% chance of cutting it in. And over time, you are going to develop this to ensure that you can easily get up to, say, 70%, which is a great turnaround thing. Or then later on, you just need to continue adding up the funnel. So to sum it up, first is person to person to establish trust. That is why you need to sell yourself first before talking about selling your product. First, they need to understand it is Vishwanath Shastry from Bangalore, studied at 2008 in this and so college to establish trust. Then the absolute solution to the problem that they have, features, differentiators, uh, efficiencies of the product, so on and so forth. These two are in. The third is the philosophy. You're going to talk about the organization, you're going to talk about your personal philosophy. This will ensure that the story is complete. Remember, a perfect sales pitch is always a beautifully crafted story. If you have a good story to tell, go out there and shout it out loud in as many platforms as possible. It could be media, it could be in person, but it's mostly the in person that we're talking about today. I hope I've made sense. I hope you guys like the video. Subscribe. Going forward, I'm going to bring you a lot more aspects of how this whole thing has come about. I myself am a continuous seller. I've been selling for the last 2 decades of my life, and I will continue to sell till the future holds. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead. Hopefully you'll subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.